All right, so this is John. I'm back from my Pickin Blackstone a couple days ago. Because of the snow here in Richmond, I'm just able to get all my items out. Typically what I like to do is come back here behind my store, if you can see my store there, with the back doors to my shop. I like to lay everything out, see exactly what I have, and then try to come up with a price and what's cool, what's not cool, what I want to sell, and what I want to keep in my personal collection. So the camera here is attached to me, so I'm going to give you kind of a point of view of everything that I've gotten here. So we'll start off here. So it looks like, the first thing I picked up, and again, remember this house in Blackstone was, the house was demolished. There were some rooms I had to walk from room to room just on the beams. It was very, they're getting ready to tear it down, so it was just demolished. So I had to dig a lot of stuff in the dark. Here's a Red Ryder. I think this is a reproduction. I actually have the original Red Ryder BB gun. So if this is real, we're talking about, a decent amount of money. Probably $20, $30. If it's a reproduction, still I should be able to get 10 or 15 for this. This piece here I picked up, which is really cool. It's just an old Disney at the park toy wagon. I'm guessing probably from the 50s or 60s. Again, in pretty good shape. There's a little bit of rust to it, but I can clean this up, and this would be a nice collection to somebody. And going along with the Disney theme, I was able to pick up this Mickey Mouse. It's a Sears and Roebuck phonograph or record player. I did plug it in. It does work. I actually played records on it. So I'm really cool about this, or excited about this. This is something really cool to add to my store. I'll clean it up, and I think I could probably get $40 or $50 here in the store. And it's a very rare piece, so I'm excited about that. I was able to dig up, this is I'm assuming like a World War II shovel. A lot of guys will use this as they go metal detecting nowadays. So this is a cool little piece, probably $10 or $15, but some collector will come in and love to add this to their collection. So one of the things that I'm really excited about, now this is not very old, but I'm a huge Kiss fan, so I'm excited about the Kiss shirt here. Probably something that came from Spencer's, maybe back in the 80s. I'll probably keep this for my collection, but if I were going to sell this in the store, I would try to get $25, $30 for it. It's in great condition, nice button-down shirt. To the right Kiss collector, this would be a really cool. So, sticking with anyone who knows me knows that I'm a big motorcycle guy. I found this old retro motorcycle helmet, which I think is just cool. It has all the earpieces in it. Of course, not operable, but anyone who's into motorcycles, this is a cool piece just to hang on the wall. I'll clean it up. Again, I'm guessing probably from the 60s, but it's just a cool piece. And then with the military theme, I found this helmet as well. I actually dug this out of a barn. Really cool. It has all the pieces here. Obviously, it doesn't work anymore. I'm going to do a little bit of research to find out what era it is. Maybe Vietnam is what I'm guessing. But it's just a cool piece. Obviously, a lot of duct tape here. But the cool thing about this is that you just don't know where this was used or which war fought in. So I'll do a little bit of research on that. I found this really cool old box here. I'll lift it up. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but it has all the original hardware to it. This box could have been used for tools, could have been used for like a small hope chest to someone, but it's definitely handmade. It's just really cool. I'm guessing back probably from sometime in the 1800s, and this old cigar box was laying inside there. So I'll do a little research to see what we have here. But just a cool old box. Still has the metal rim around it. Has a lot of the original leather and the leather handle there, which is really neat. But just a cool old box. One thing that I find quite a bit of that's really big right now is old toys from the 80s and some early as the 90s, but it's still highly collectible. So I was able to come up with some very neat stuff around that. Well, I'll start off here with the Looney Tune glasses. So we probably remember these. These are made by Pepsi. I believe these came out maybe at Pizza Hut or one of the other stores, but it was definitely a fast food restaurant. These are from the 1973 or 1976. This series here is from 1976. This one here with Porky Pig is from 1973. So again, those of us that have been around for a little bit, we remember these. Again, going to fast food restaurants and picking them up. So just some cool memory. For those that played with toys, In the 80s, these are some of the original He-Man toys, action figures. Again, not a whole lot of value here, but guys who come in, or even ladies who come in and played with these toys when they were a kid, they'll buy them and put them up on the shelf. So I should be able to get, $10 to $15 per figure. It just helps someone walk down memory lane there a little bit. But sticking with the toys, these are really cool. So again, for the Kiss collectors, I came up with some Kiss memorabilia. Again, nothing too old, but from the late 90s, and just cool little collectibles. Everyone remember here the California Raisin. So the date on it is 1988. It was probably like a high school project, but just taking back some memories here, going to the 80s and 90s. Here's some wrestling figures. This is Hawk and Animal. They call themselves the Road Warriors. These toys are from the 80s when wrestling was really big and kids bought the wrestlers. So again, cool collectibles, probably $10 to $15 per figure. These wrestlers are the same way. That's Hulk Hogan. So all these are rubber wrestlers that came out in 1984. And so any kid that grew up in the 80s and watched wrestling definitely had these. So again, just bringing back some memories. Remember E.T. here. So just again, nice little knickknacks put on shelves. This right here, I'm gonna do a little research on. I think this is really cool. It goes back. It's the original toy. I don't know if it was made by Marx or not. Marx was a huge toy maker back in the 40s and 50s. I'm guessing that's where this goes back to. Still has all the original pieces on it. For a toy that's 60 or 70 years old, it's still in great condition. I'll clean it up, do a little research. But I'm definitely very curious to see, where this toy was made and about what year it came out. So again, nice little collectible. Here's a Transformer. So again, for those who grew up in the 80s, played with toys, you'll recognize this Transformer. Here's another little wind-up toy. It's the Santa Fe. You wind it up. And believe it or not, the winder still works pretty well. You put that down. So again, nice little toys, but these are kind of little things that you'll find in attics or just any place that's kind of thrown in a house that most people think is junk. But all these pieces have, or are worth 10, 15. Maybe the Santa Fe here is worth 25 or 30. So again, good value. Here's another toy, the Dukes of Hazzard, the General Lee, again from the 80s. So just going down memory lane, just more toys. So don't overlook these toys, because there's definitely value there. Here's a stopwatch. It's Wrangler. I'm guessing from the 80s. It looks like it's stainless steel. I'll have to do a little research here. But there are a lot of guys who still collect Wrangler memorabilia, and then of course stopwatch memorabilia. So this would appeal to several folks, several collectors. So I'll look this up. If it's working, I'm thinking once I clean this up, maybe I can get $30 or $40 for the stopwatch. And all right, so let's see what's going. I'm going to move this to the side. Here's another cool piece that I found. This is a auto harp. I am familiar with this. I've sold these harps before. It comes with the original case, hard shell case. This auto harp goes back to the early 1950s. It was made by Oscar Schmidt, and still just a very cool collectible piece. There are a lot of people who collect instruments. And even if you don't collect instruments, it's just a cool decorative piece to display somewhere. So there it is. Hopefully you can see a good shot of it. Overall, very good condition. It's missing a few knobs here, but all the parts seem to be there, and all the strings are there. So really cool. I'm hoping this piece, or I think I can get for this piece maybe $50 to $75 once I clean it up. Moving on down. I came across these candle holders, which I thought was really neat. I don't know much about them. I have to do some research, but I can tell by the screws inside here, which may be hard to see on the camera, but these were probably made in the 50s, based on just the how decorative they are, or the ornateness of them. But just cool candle holders. I'll clean them up. Someone who has a nice buffet, looking for some tall candle holders, beautiful pieces. This piece here I thought was really neat. It's an Elvis bottle. It says always Elvis. There's a picture of Elvis on it. I've seen these bottles before. Now this one is used, so someone's drank the wine. The original cork is in the inside. This bottle comes back from the 70s, maybe early 70s, and cleaned up with the original cork. I could probably get $15, $20. All right, now I'm going to come around. This piece here, I really love this piece. It is a handmade toolbox, wooden toolbox, and I'm going to try to zoom in so you can kind of see, but it's handmade. This piece is just really cool. Who knows how many barns or houses were built using this toolbox or the tools within it. If I had to guess an age of this, I'm going to guess, late 1800s, maybe early 1900s. If I'm going to put a value of this in my store, I would try to get about $100 for this. It's just a cool piece. You don't see them every day. And I was very excited when I dug this out of an old barn. Coming down here, this is something else that I dug up. I've already cleaned it up a little bit. I'm gonna open it up here for you. So this is an old Polaroid land camera, and it has the original case, all of the original equipment on the inside. I don't know if the camera works. I'll open it up and maybe take some pictures, but it's a model 150, but it has everything with it. There could be film still in the camera. It has all of the original cards here, how to use the Polaroid film type 48. So it's just really neat. It has all the original booklets. Not a whole lot of value here, meaning that, it's a beautiful camera. I'm thinking with the camera, the case, and all the accessories, maybe I can get $40 or $50 for this. So still just really neat to have all the original paperwork with it. The original registration, Polaroid copy service in Massachusetts, and you can see where you can even order film in the mail back then. Again, it just has everything with it, right? So here's your light that comes with it. So it's just really neat for a collector or someone who just likes the old cameras. Perfect piece to sit on your mantle, and maybe if you're lucky the camera still works, then you can actually use it to take pictures. I'm getting ready to go in the trailer here. A few more pieces. This piece right here I thought was really neat. So for those that collect records, this is just an old retro record holder. We sell a lot of records in the store, so this is just a cool piece. I'll clean it up, and anyone who has a record player or collects record, just a great way to store your records in the house. So, all right, so I'm getting ready to open up the trailer, and I wanted to show you some really cool pieces I found inside the trailer. I haven't opened the trailer since I brought it back from Blackstone, so hopefully pieces haven't fallen over. So you're going to walk with me as I open the trailer and actually unload the items. Okay. So on this trip, I did not get a ton of furniture. I did get a little. So I'm going to pull out the first piece. So actually, I'm going to start off with the shelves here. Well, the shelves are a little stuck, so I'm going to start off with this piece. Okay. And I'll stand back so you can see the piece. All right. So this is an old record player that obviously is just a case. We're missing all the components on the inside, but it's just a really neat piece. I found it there in the house. I didn't want it to be destroyed. I'm not sure what I'll do with it actually. I may turn it into a bar or some type of just a shelving unit that someone could put in their house. But it has all the original wood with it. It's just a beautiful piece, very ornate, and so I'll just have to be a little creative with this piece. But too beautiful of a piece to just let be destroyed. Now I don't know if you can see, but the metal contraption here is actually an old Kool-Aid stand. It probably came out of maybe like a country store or whatnot. I'm gonna try to get it out. A lot of the pieces are kind of intermingled, but so bear with me here a moment. So I'm going to walk over here and let you look at the trays themselves. So, well, there you go. So the trays are locked right now, so I have to unlock them. But basically when I set this up, it's going to be a big wire or metal Kool-Aid display. Again, it was probably in some type of store. and they put all their Kool-Aid items on it. So I'm going to try to set it up here so you can see what it looks like. Okay. All right. So this is how the shelf would sit, or the frame, and then the shelves actually sit on top of the unit here. I'm going to try to maybe put a shelf on it so you can see what it looks like. I think this is a cool piece. I'm excited about this. This piece right here made my Pickin Blackstone. I'm just thrilled to get this piece. It's just, I mean, if you love this kind of stuff, this is just cool. Okay, so if you can see, I've got one shelf on here already, and I have 3 more shelves down there, and so I'm going to put all this together, and then I'm going to put this in the store. I'll use it to actually display items throughout my store. So I think this is just cool. I don't know the dates. I'm guessing probably 50s or 60s. Needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but it's just a cool piece. I'm excited about that. All right. So let me unstrap a couple items here. Okay. So some other pieces that I'm really excited about. These are pieces that I've always wanted and I've never owned. Hopefully the camera can see, but these are old stand-up floor model radios. So, all right, so this one is a General Electric. This radio does work. I plugged it in when I was going down the road. I stopped over somewhere and plugged it in just to see if it worked. The problem with old electronics is that you don't know if they work or not. If they do work, then they're usually worth about double the price. So I'm very excited about this. I've never had a stand-up radio, so this is the piece that will probably go home with me into my personal collection. So I'm very excited about this. Hopefully the camera's picking it up, but it is General Electric, so a good quality piece. I mean, it's just cool all the way around. Here's another piece here. I don't know if the camera's picking this up. This radio does not work. It's missing a knob, missing the front piece here. So I can either sell it as a decorative piece, or I can try to clean it up and fix it and then try to sell it as a working radio. I'll have to do a little bit of research on the parts, what parts they're missing, if I can find the parts. You can see up here there's some water damage. So this one may be quite a bit of work to get ready. So I'm not sure if I will restore it or just sell it as a decorative piece. So, all right. Well, those are some of the key items that I found on my pick that I wanted to share with you. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll send more out. Thanks.